Hello, today we're going to look at the next part of making a budget, and we will be focusing on in this lesson is making a budget sheet. So what you see in the screen here is an example budget sheet, and the things that this couple are spending their money on each month are split out into different categories. On the left-hand side, we have all the living expenses. Remember, those can fluctuate from month to month depending on, for instance, your utilities. It's often weather related. So these things may not be the same amount every month. Your fixed expenses, which are the same amount every month. The annual expenses, which we then usually find the monthly share of by dividing by 12. Net income, which is how much money either yourself or as a family you are bringing in. And then balance, which is all of your net income minus all of your expenses. You want your balance to be 0 or greater. If it's 0, you mean you break even. If it's more than 0, that means you actually have money you can save up or push forward to the next month. If your balance is less than 0, that means you're spending more money that you have and you're going into debt. Let's take a look at some example questions here. Some of these are just asking you to look at the budget sheet and find a specific amount. So this first one, how much was budgeted for gas and oil? So go back to your sheet. You're looking for gas and oil, which is right here, and that's just $94. How much was budgeted for car payment? Same idea. Looking for car payment now. And so that is a fixed expense. It's the same amount every month. It's right here, $225. Next up, car insurance. So we go to the insurance category and we're looking for car, which is $780. And then the rest of these will involve a little bit of calculation. If we want our total monthly budget for living expenses, that means we need to add all of the things in the living expenses category together. That's everything on the left-hand side of the table. I'm not going to write out adding those together. I'm just going to do that in Desmos. So food is $4.53, electricity is $76, natural gas is $34, telephone is $18, cell phone is $42, cable and internet is $83, gas and oil is $94, parking and tolls is $15, repairs $85. These are like car repairs. $5 for bus, train, cab, etc. $46 for clothing, $75 for other expenses, $18 for movies and sports, $47 for eating out. When we add all of those total living expenses together, you would put that in that box right here. We're not going to worry about that right now. I'm just going to do it to answer our question. Total living expenses for the month is $1,091. You can ignore this weird update from my computer. Don't worry about that. Now we're going to do the same thing for fixed expenses. So we're only going to add the fixed expenses together, which are all the expenses in this section here. So $650 for rent, $225 for car payment, $40 for savings. We consider that a fixed expense because we want to save the same amount each month. $30 for contingency. Contingency is your like just in case fund, basically. Unexpected expenses would go in the contingency. Anywho, when we add those all up, if you're filling out this sheet, you would put it right here, but we're just going to answer the question. Total fixed expenses when we add all of those things together is $945. Next question is the total budget for annual expenses. So annual expenses are in this section right here. It includes vacation, life, home, car insurance, and medical and dental insurance. We're going to add all of those amounts together. $700 for vacation, $105 for life insurance, $224 for home insurance, $780 for car insurance, and $1,683 for medical and dental insurance, which gives us a grand total of $3,492. That is annual, so remember that this amount is for the entire year. What we then usually do for annual expenses is find the monthly share. Since there are 12 months in a year, we take the total annual amount and divide by 12. So we are taking that annual, which was $3,492, divided by 12, which gives us $291. So then now if we are going to add all of our expenses, we are adding our fixed or our living expenses, our fixed expenses, and the monthly share of our annual expenses. So let's go back to those numbers and actually fill them in so we can do this a little bit better. Living expenses was $1,091. Fixed expenses was $945. And the monthly share for annual expenses was that last number we just found, $291. So let's add those together. 1,091 plus 945 plus 291 gives us $2,327. Now, next question deals with the balance. The couple, Carl and Gloria, have a combined monthly net income of $2,510. They want to know their balance for this monthly budget. So that $2,510, if you were filling this sheet out, would go here. That is their net income. Their total expenses, which we just found in the last question, 2,327 goes right here. And so to find the balance, we do the net income minus the total expenses. So we can do that in Desmos. If we like 2,510 minus 2,327 gives us 183. Since that is a positive amount, the balance of 183 means they have $180 left over, which is good. They are not going in debt. They have a little money extra for next month just in case. Next question. So reset. Now their net income is 2,319. So if we wanted to find their balance to be zero, what happens if their income drops to 2,319? So we're thinking the new net income minus our total expenses from before, which was 2,327. Label that just because I kind of said a lot of words there all at once. If we subtract those, we get -8. And so that means they are $8 in debt. In order for the balance to be zero or for them to break even is another way to think of that, they would need to earn $8 more per month. And that is just our quick look at linking your budget sheet. We'll have one more lesson involving budgets that we'll see here in just a moment. That is it for today. Have a wonderful day.